Hi, welcome everybody to the Digimedia Dude. I'm Marcelo Lewin, the Digimedia Dude, and I'm here with
Sid Banerjee.
Sid Banerjee, and your company?
Indusgeeks.
Indusgeeks.
Right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
What we do is we bring, so we're based in Silicon Valley and so San Francisco, and what we do is we want to bring consumer technologies, cutting-edge consumer technologies to the training world. So everything from games and simulations to AR, mixed reality, and VR.
Right.
So we are sort of the cutting-edge, bleeding-edge technology training provider for Fortune 1000 companies and the government.
So let's talk about AR, VR, MR, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
360, it's a variety,
Yeah.
right? And gaming. I mean, that really does seem like it's bleeding edge for e-learning at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going through the same thing in filmmaking, right?
Yeah.
360 is starting to really take hold.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see the usage of AR, VR, 360 video?
So I'll talk about video as a format is very good for situational awareness and presence. So it can be used for anything for first responder training, which is what we're doing, all the way to like healthcare stuff that's going on behind us. But we are bigger fans of interactive VR.
Kind of like what we're seeing here. This is interactive
like
VR.
Exactly what you're seeing here.
Right.
It's interactive VR, and what it does is it allows you to go into a scenario and interact with patients, do actions. So healthcare is a part of what we do. We do enterprise training. It'll come up shortly. This is for FEMA, by the way. This is a disaster scenario.
Right.
Where people are hurt and, So, I mean, honestly, this is going to be the future of training. You're immersing someone in an environment which they would naturally operate in, except they're sitting in, safely in their office or in the training center.
Right.
And so e-learning was the first phase of what I call digitization, and obviously everyone does, but it's not the first, it's the very early version of immersion. VR is a natural culmination of the last 20 years of e-learning and CBT training. So this is where everyone is headed. We're just there first.
Right. Now, so that's VR, which is full immersion into a computer simulation. Then you have MR, right? Or AR, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that's really the mixture of reality with computer stuff. Where do you see that?
Process. So we think of MR as more performance support, where you're in the field, you're looking at a machine or a transponder or whatever it is. You have a step-by-step instruction set while using the augmented reality glass or something like that. Right. MR is good for entertainment too, just purely, and of course it'll have a lot of other uses like for advertising and localization and so on. From a training point of view though, it's good for information, not necessarily to my mind and to our mind, the best for tactile. It's not there yet, the form factors for it. And so I'll give you an example. For instance, imagine a machine that I'm training on. In MR, I have to have something to correlate that machine to, and then I am literally, what I'm doing is, it seems like it's sitting on a table or on my office floor, but I'm actually working with an artificial artifact, which is the same as VR.
Right.
Hence the word mixed reality.
Right.
But what good does it do for me to have it situated while I'm training on something that looks like my office floor? Same thing with VR. You can make it look like you're in the office. So where it's really good is when I'm in the field and I see the machine, I don't know what to do. I can't go back to train.
Right.
So now the MR gives me real-time information that I need, hence performance support.
Right, and it's context sensitive.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. And 360 video, which of course people call that VR, which it isn't VR, it's just 360 video.
Yeah.
How do you see that in training?
That's actually a very good gateway to get people to come and understand. So it's great for situational awareness. It's great to make people understand geography. It's great for people. So let me give you an example, concrete example. Let's say induction. For induction training, where I just want people to know how my office looks, where to go, where the HR department is, where to navigate, 360 video is perfect for that.
Right.
Where I want architectural walkthroughs, that's perfect for that.
Right.
But 360 video for training per se, I would say is a step above video, but not much better for interactive.
Right. Even with some companies are doing it with hotspots and
some companies have been using hotspots on videos and panoramic for the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So
right.
that's not new. It's just not interactive. It just moves you around the 360, right?
Sure.
So it's great, like I said, for movement and presence, and but it's not necessarily great for.
So your end game is, in your mind, and your strategy for the company is VR really is ultimately that place, VR and AR.
We think that it's going to converge. We think that these 360 cameras are going to become so good photorealistically that you will be able to create a synthetic environment that looks like a physical, like a real video,
Sure.
like a 360 video. So you have a merger of the 360 video on one end, and you have interactive VR on the other end, seamlessly merging 3 to 4 years from now, where it's a holy grail of trading, whereas low-cost 360 videos that will then convert and create an environment for you.
Right, that makes sense.
That's kind of where I see this headed. And now with the Oculus Go and these standalone headsets, it's really an iPad moment for training. I don't think enough people realize how game-changing this is going to be, even more than the first Oculus.
Right.
People don't want to spend $1,500 on a rig, but people are happy to spend $200 on a standalone device with no phone, no PC required, sitting in their living room and start. And the first wasn't, the first Oculus Go is going to suck, but the second one and the third and the fourth is going to be better.
Of course.
So, I mean, my only sort of advice to e-learning people in the market is VR is coming, and with Oculus Go next year, it's going to be the real litmus test.
So better get ready for it.
Better get ready for it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'd love to continue talking with you. We're out of time. Thank you for the information.
Thank you,
if
Marcelo.
people want to find out more about your company, tell them where to go.
So www.indusgeeks.com. So it's INDUS.
Just look up.
Indusgeeks.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Have a great show.
Thank you. You too.